Welcome back everyone to Ike and Me, and I have another tip for you today. Things you're doing wrong. And so one of the things we're doing wrong here is I know that the tutorial in the game tells you to put double trains in like parallel tracks and then use a gridiron. I really don't think that's a good deal. Now there is some argument for in the middle of your 8 lanes, say lane 4 and 5, you could maybe put double tracks in there, put a gridiron on both sides, and then you can pass through express trains. That kind of makes sense. I can see how that could work. But just for now, let's leave that aside. Just look at what I did here in Boston. So let's look. I own both these stations, by the way, but let's just look at the one here on the left. So it's going down to New York. So up top here on lane 3, we have it going over to Albany. It's a freight route at the moment. I don't have a people route. I haven't gotten there yet. Now, notice how I have I'm using a single platform or single train track, I guess. Now out here though, you'll see I double tracked it or parallel tracked it. Just like we did in the original Railway Empire game, only this time you don't have to add signals, it does it automatically. And I have this outside one's going north and this one's coming south. And so then they come in here just as a gridiron would do really. But yet it's only taking up one spot. Now to New York I have the same thing. One of these is express and one's cargo. I kind of forget right offhand which one's which, but see, I did the same thing. I'm only using one track, and then once I get out here just enough, I have my 2 lines. For the other one, same thing. I'm using track number 2. Once I get out of it, I'm using 2 lines. Obviously at the other end of New York, I'm doing the same thing. And with that, I now have an express line, a cargo line to New York, so 2, and they're not using the same line. I have a cargo line to Albany, soon to have a personal line, and that will only use 4 of my trains, of my station sort tracks. I'll still have 4 left over. You say, well, that's a little overkill. Well, not really, because if you want to grow, for instance, we zoom out here, see there's a road coming over here to this fruit. I may want to get that, right? I may want to bring that in another line. Now it's true, some of these I can bring a couple different things on one line, but you can only do that so much before they start to back up. So I have 4 extra lines that I can now use for, say, the Lewis terminal to bring in some sugar. I could come over here to this mine, bring that in. I could use it to come up here to Portland. Use 2 of them for up here. I could do that. There's just, it's always better to have more, not less. Here in Albany, I did the same thing. See, I got my line in from Boston, single there, but yet double as soon as it gets just a little bit far enough away. Now here, I'm doing the same thing. One of these, this top one, is going to the corn nearby, or sorry, the wheat nearby. The second one here is going to corn and wheat that are a little bit further away. And then these 2, one is the express lane, I believe it's this one, to New York, only passengers and mail. And this one here is cargo to New York, just cargo. So with that, I still have these 2 right here. That, actually 3, no 2. I have this one and this one are still available for something up north here, perhaps. Maybe this milk, maybe a double station there, right there. Or maybe if I open up this area, I could come up to Ottawa or potentially Montreal and make a big connection that way. So there's just another tip for you to help you. Things you're doing wrong. So stop doing those wrong, start doing them right.